Hi, welcome to Story Time with Gigi. Today we're reading a story called The Liberty Bell by Mary Firestone and illustrated by Matthew Skeens. Welcome to the Liberty Bell. I'm Clara, a tour guide at the Liberty Bell Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. What is the Liberty Bell? The Liberty Bell is a famous symbol of freedom. The bell was made when Great Britain still ruled over the American colonies. In 1776, colonists rang the bell when they decided to break free of British rule. Are you wondering how the Liberty Bell got cracked? Read on to find out. A call to gather. Early American settlers needed a way to announce important events, and the best way was by ringing a bell. The toll of the bell would bring people to their town square to find out what was going on. In 1751, the people of Pennsylvania colony ordered a large bell from Great Britain. They needed a bell for a government building in Philadelphia. The building was called the State House. The bell was tested after it arrived. The people in Philadelphia found the bell was cracked. The State House later became known as Independence Hall. Independence Hall was where early U.S. leaders signed the Constitution in 1787. The bell makers, John Pass and John Stowe, were given the job of making a better bell. The men were founders. A founder is a person who makes things out of metal. Pass and Stowe melted the bell from Great Britain and added new metals to it. In March of 1753, the colonists tested the new bell, but they still didn't like the sound it made. Pass and Stowe melted the bell again and made yet another new bell. Leaders in Philadelphia decided to keep Pass and Stowe's second bell. It became the official State House bell. Now, the Liberty Bell is made mostly of copper and tin. It also includes small amounts of other metals such as lead, zinc, silver, gold, and nickel. Wow, so they had to melt a bell twice. Ring of Freedom. The bell at the State House rang often. Its sound called citizens together for special events. On July the 8th, 1776, the bell rang to announce very important news. The bell's toll that day called people to hear the first reading of the Declaration of Independence. Leaders from the 13 American colonies passed the Declaration of Independence on July the 4th, 1776. Which is why we celebrate Independence Day on July the 4th. The leaders met at the State House in Philadelphia, which is why the name was changed from the State House to Independence Hall. During the Revolutionary War, battles against the British broke out in Philadelphia. In 1777, the bell was moved to the village of Allentown, Pennsylvania, and hidden under the floor of a church. When the British left Philadelphia in 1778, the bell was returned to the State House. From 1790 to 1800, Philadelphia was the capital of the United States. Many bells were hidden during the Revolutionary War. This prevented the British from melting them and using the metal to make cannons. Who named the bell? The Liberty Bell has a message of freedom written on it. It says, "Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof." These words mean that all Americans should be free. In the 1830s, many people in the United States wanted to end slavery. These people believed Americans should be free no matter the color of their skin. They began using the bell as a symbol of their beliefs. They printed drawings of the bell in their newspapers and pamphlets. One such pamphlet included a poem called The Liberty Bell. The State House bell was soon known by this new name. The name Liberty Bell was first used in 1835. And I bet that's Douglas Franklin. A final ring. Each year the bell rang out to celebrate the birthday of George Washington, the country's first president, who was born on February the 22nd. On that date, Americans celebrated his birth and his great deeds. Something went wrong on Washington's birthday in 1846. People in Philadelphia rang the Liberty Bell many times that day. Finally, a strange sound came out. A small crack in the metal had grown longer. The bell would never ring loudly again. 1852, the Liberty Bell was removed from the State House steeple. The bell was then put on display inside the building. The bell travels. Slavery ended in the United States in 1865. The Civil War had been won by the North, and all of the slaves were freed. Soon, the Liberty Bell took on a new meaning. It was used to help bring people in the North and South together again. The Liberty Bell was taken to cities across the country. It was displayed in New Orleans, Chicago, Atlanta, and other places. It helped all Americans remember the history that they shared. The last time the Liberty Bell left Philadelphia was in 1915. The bell was taken to San Francisco for display at a huge fair. Celebrating freedom. In 1976, the United States had its bicentennial. That meant 200 years had passed since the colonies broke free from Great Britain. A building called the Liberty Bell Pavilion was built for that celebration. The bell was taken out of the State House, which had become known as Independence Hall, and was hung in the new pavilion. The new building made it easier for crowds of people to see the bell. A new pavilion called the Liberty Bell Center was built in 2003, which is where the bell is today. I would like to go visit that place. The Liberty Bell is part of the Independence National Historical Park. You can see the Liberty Bell anytime, day or night. It's enclosed in glass and is always visible. Goodbye, and thank you for visiting. And here's some interesting facts. Pennsylvania Colony paid about $300 in today's dollars for the first State House bell. The Liberty Bell has a yoke made of a special wood called slippery elm or American elm. The bell weighs 2,080 pounds. The bell's metal is 3 inches thick at the bottom of the bell. The bottom of the bell measures 12 feet around. Wow. All kinds of interesting information. And that's our story for today. I hope you liked it. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share with your friends. Bye until next time.